Time too, Joe. Got 20 seconds.
Excellent back control by Jung.
Ten seconds now.
He set up a twister, it looks like. He is. He's got a twister. Oh!
Final seconds of the round. Trying to
he's
get
got it.
It is.
Oh!
Chan Sung Jung by submission.
Somewhere Eddie Bravo is very happy.
With just a couple of seconds left in the round.
When he switched from back control to the twister, see here, he went from back control where he has two hooks in to wrapping around one, and then he controls the arm and gets it behind his head. Now watch when he puts the arm behind his head. Then he locks a hold of Leonard's hands, or his hands rather, around Leonard's head, and he is just contorting his spine there. A terrible submission.
Start to use his legs to maneuver Dan.
Big Bad Bill and John Poppy have been putting Hooker through the paces in Las Vegas over the last 4 weeks. See how it goes for him, having been grounded less than a minute into this one.
You know, the problem with that, right? And this is why guys like Khabib, guys like Hamzat and Islam, yeah, you've been put through the ringer for 4 weeks.
Until you feel one of them.
Guys have been doing it their whole lives.
Yeah, and well, you know, it's hard whenever you have a guy that has a level of grappling that you cannot feel unless you have multiple people in there. That's a problem. Because that one guy is so good at that one specific thing, you're just stuck under him.
Yeah.
330 is 330.
Now we saw the referee here, Daniel Movahedi, have a very quick trigger earlier with Vina Janjidoba and Amanda Hebos on the ground. Perhaps he'll give Islam more time to work.
Well, I was saying Dan Hooker's doing the right thing. He's trying to keep Islam close, not allow him to advance position. Before he was almost locking down Islam's leg, but now Islam's starting to clear the right leg.
He's got to watch his arm.
He's attacking Kimura, right, Paul?
Yep. He's trying to get that wrist. Dan knows it. He's getting close.
Yeah, he's starting to attack that now.
Now he's inside control.
Yeah, Dan's in trouble. Dan's in trouble. Dan's in trouble. Oh, he's stepping over the head here. Oh, Dan's got his hands locked. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, my goodness.
Islam Makhachev submits Dan Hooker in round 1.
And you see how disappointed Dan is. He knew exactly what he had to defend. And Islam went, put him on his back, submitted him in the first round, and once again shows why he is nothing to be played with.
Well, you want style points. How about it? 9 in a row for Islam Makhachev. It's time for more power, brought to you by Boost Mobile.
Right here, look at this. Right hook, right into the double leg. Takes Dan Hooker down. He slowly starts to advance position. Now here's the issue. You worry about your leg, your upper body, but he's attacking your legs. Then when he got to this Kimura, the moment he steps over the head, Paul, it's over. Dan has got his hands locked, but the moment that left leg comes over the top, now you're done. And look at the torque he's got on that arm. He would have broke the arm of Dan Hooker.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
That's very reminiscent of Khabib fighting Michael Johnson in Madison Square Garden. Khabib said this was Islam's Madison Square Garden moment, and he surely took advantage of it.
Looked like there was some sort of protest from Dan Hooker. We'll try to get clarity on that.
Open at him with that jab.
Oh, right in the mouth. Look at that.
Oh, and a big right hand greets Till when he gets to the floor.
That's a huge moment for Duplessis.
There's the tap, just like that. Dracus Duplessis, 4-0 in the UFC, and coming to the top 10 next week.
And that's a tough loss for Darren Till right there.
Well, the ground proven to be the kryptonite for Darren Till tonight, was unable to thwart a single takedown attempt of Duplessis. And once it's official, it'll be his 10th career win by submission.
And here's the final takedown. Let's take a look at it here. Not much resistance. It slides right into mount. Lands a couple of good shots. Darren turns over and gives his back. Duplessis goes right under the chin. secures the tap.
Du Plessis did this in round one.
Got to be careful leading to the body like that. When you run in from a distance and lead to the body, of course, if your hands go into the body, the face is wide open for a counter shot.
Oh, once again, that's a third knockdown of the opening round.
Get out of there.
And Figueiredo smells blood once again. Elbows being dropped.
This is heavy work.
He's mounted. This is a terrible spot for Benavidez, and Davison taking full advantage of this. That's the third knockdown. Was that a...
It looked like he went for a headbutt.
Yeah, I don't think he did,
again. Looking for the submission. Joseph Benavidez has not been
that's it. Look at the torque that Benavidez...
He's never been submitted.
He's unconscious, referee.
Oh, he's out.
He's out. He's out. Davison Figueiredo is the new flyweight champion of the world.
That right there.
What a victory.
Was a dominant performance from the beginning to the end of that round. That, I mean, Davison Figueiredo, beautiful boxing.
Three
power
knockdowns.
shots, 3 knockdowns. How many attempts at that rear naked choke, and then, I mean, Joe's okay. It's good to see him getting up. Let's take a look at some of the work here from Figueiredo. This is the first knockdown, right hook, right on the top of the head near the temple, puts him down. Joe survives it. Another, is this a same knockdown? And he couldn't get the job done. Joe's trying to survive on the ground, and big elbows. That's to the back of the head, unfortunately, but not on purpose at all. And then here's the first attempt at this rear naked choke from Davison. He couldn't quite get it, and credit to Joe Benavidez for fighting tooth and nail to get out of that one. But look at this right hook as Joe reaches out to parry over the top. Big right hook, drops him, still with it. But then this ground and pound was just vicious from Figueiredo. He was nonstop, elbows, punches, and ultimately Joe gave up his back. I'm sure we'll see that soon. And he put him to sleep. Here's the final finish, and look how tight that rear. Look at the extension, right? This is textbook. Extend your opponent, make him stretch out, and Joe's trying to fight it, but he goes to sleep. He's still moving, so the ref doesn't notice it right away. And Goddard goes
right back up. She needs to. Misha hanging on. Holly walking over towards the cage.
Oh, this is a dogfight. Misha's got her back.
Holly stands up. She's got to be careful.
Misha's got her neck.
Misha looking to lock it in. Misha looking to choke her out. Wow.
She's got her back.
Still has it.
She's tapping. She's tapping. She's tapping.
It is all over.
Misha
Tate is the new UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion.
My God. She put her to sleep.
Oh my.
That is what champions are made of. She knew she had to get her down. She went for it. She got it. She capitalized on that opening. She sunk in the choke and put Holly Holm to sleep. Wow.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
Wow. Incredible. Look at this. She drags her down. Holly's desperately trying to get up. She hangs on. Drags her to the ground again. This time climbs up on the back. Sinks that hook in. Gets that arm underneath the chin. Holly tries to stand up. When she stands up, Misha sinks that rear naked in. Clamps down on her bicep. With everything she had left. Holly tries to flip her over. Misha hangs on, rolls with her, takes her back. Let's watch that again. She sinks it in. She's got the forearm behind the neck. And Holly tries to flip her over, but Misha hangs in there. Gets both hooks in and clamps down on that choke. And Holly Holm goes to sleep. And we have a new women's bantamweight champion of the world.
Misha Tate, in her 23rd professional fight, wins by rear naked choke for the very first time. Second shot at UFC Gold, successful for the new champion.
Glance off of Matt Hughes' chin, and Matt trying to finish this round one with a flurry and scores some points. Matt Hughes looking at submission, and it's all over! It's all over! Matt Hughes Hughes with a submission victory. Bang, armbar over. Matt Hughes is once again the welterweight champion.
Beautiful armbar transition. Goes to show Matt Hughes is not a wrestler. Like I said, he's able to evolve.
And that was literally at the end of round one. Literally at the very end. And Matt Hughes wins by submission. Expect the unexpected here tonight in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Wow, you talk about exploding.
That was a very quick armbar. Here we go. We see Matt Hughes is on the one side, damaging with punches and great technique. He throws a bunch of punches. St-Pierre goes for a Kimura. The counter to that is a step over the head and go for a straight armbar by switching over. That was a real combination, great jiu-jitsu flow. Here's another look from the other side. Again, punching. You can see St-Pierre locked up the Kimura, but he let Matt Hughes pass his legs. Matt Hughes stepped over the head and hit an armbar. That is perfect answer for jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu.
And who do you credit part of that to? When you're Matt Hughes, you part of credit that to Jeremy Horn.
Exactly, Jeremy Horn, one of the great jiu-jitsu guys.
Yep.
There was another look at the spinning side kick that landed on Matt Hughes. I think obviously it hurt him for him to dive in with a bad shot right off the bat.
I'll tell you what, Hughes had his hands full, and I think
Holm's got some very good takedown defense, though. Oh, there's the net again.
Submission attempt once again.
Guard.
T-City going to work. Swanson staying on his feet and trying to escape.
He readjusted the hands. I don't know. It might be tighter. That's a tap.
There's the tap. Brian T-City Ortega is still undefeated and finishes it in the second round here at Fresno. How high is his ceiling? We still do not know.
Wow.
T-City Ortega locks up the submission win.
This guy, when he gets a hold of your neck, it's over, man. He's shown that in all of his fights. Undefeated in the UFC, undefeated as an amateur, all finishes.
Amazing show of respect for Brian Ortega. Our move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC, putting knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99% of people in the US.
Listen, he goes for this guillotine, and he does something even more brilliant. He gets it here, and he jumps guard, but he actually, while he's hanging on this neck, he readjusts his hands. Do you see that? That's where this kid is so technical. In that moment, he pushes off the fence, gets into his position, and you see here, watch, he actually readjusts it to make it even tighter. He goes around, goes back in, pushes off the fence again, locks his legs back up, and Cub has no choice but to tap to that choke.
Amazing show by the black belt.
Look at that.
In jiu-jitsu, and scores another victory, improving to a perfect 13-0.
He adjusted his hands and did not lose his grip.
Holds onto the leg,
Taking him for a ride.
brings him down, but he's got to look out for a triangle. He's got to look out for that right leg. If Nate Diaz gets that right leg over, he's got it. He
Pulling
locked it in.
down. Nate Diaz says he's going to win. Look at Nate Diaz.
Double fingers and a fully locked in triangle.
It is over.
Whoa!
Nate Diaz by submission. He knew he had it.
Outstanding performance by young Nate Diaz. Wow.
He knew he had it.
Man, and you know, and submitting a guy like Kurt Pellegrino, what a huge feather in Nate Diaz's cap. Very impressive. That's 2 triangles in a row, and against 2 very tough guys. Alvin Robinson is no slouch. He submitted him with the triangle, and then he got Kurt Pellegrino, which is just huge. Let's look at this again. The Sega replay. Here's the takedown. Now, at the takedown, those long legs, and Nate Diaz, he holds onto the head, and as soon as he gets that right leg over his left and puts that foot in place under the knee, bang, look at that. Double finger, he knew he had it. That's a tight triangle, squeezes, doesn't even pull the head down and finishes it. Here's one more look, and that's beautiful. Look at that, he flexes and gives you double fingers.
The replay sponsored by Sega's Condemned 2 Bloodshot. It is a triangle choke.
He's gonna get smushed. This is it. Oh man, big elbows by John Jones.
Not good for Belfort.
He's trying to get him in a mounted crucifix. He just needs to secure the right arm. Now he's going for a Kimura.
It is all over!
That's it.
John Jones remains the UFC light heavyweight champion.
Good job, baby.
He submits Vitor Belfort to defend his belt for the 4th time.
And he's holding on to that elbow, Mike. I think he really hurt that elbow.
Our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
And here you see he pins down that arm, wraps it up, and look how he immediately brings it down to the hip. Excellent technique. And that's something that a lot of, even veteran fighters don't do. He pulled that elbow all the way down to the ribs. That's where it's supposed to be. That's where it puts the optimum pressure on the joint.
With that submission victory, John Jones.
Almost, he has to attack the hand control of Khabib.
See Khabib's father, Abdulmanap, right there. Proud to be in his son's corner tonight. Now, a possible... Nope, Nurmagomedov bails.
It's enough to make it real ugly. It's just mean. Neck cranking you, always across your jaw. You can't breathe, it hurts your nose. And it's not really, that's in. That's in.
Nurmagomedov under the chin, there's the top! Khabib Nurmagomedov, 28-0!
Incredible. Absolutely incredible the way he dominates people in the grappling. Never seen anything like it.
And this time a big hug for the UFC president, Dana White. And Dana's gonna like that a lot more than what happened the last time around. The standard upon which all lightweights will be judged. Khabib Nurmagomedov submits Dustin Poirier in round 3.
Wow. I mean, complete dominance from Khabib in that fight. And Dustin Poirier is no slouch, let me tell you. Not at all.
And certainly not at all the way Dustin Poirier drew it up tonight, but the celebration is on in Abu Dhabi with all the pressure firmly in his red corner. Khabib Nurmagomedov delivers yet again. The perfect streak continues, and Dominic, in modern-day mixed martial arts, this is just so difficult to do, and yet he continues to take on the lightweight division's best and is able to finish Dustin Poirier tonight.
And it always starts with his takedown. I mean, you look at the speed of his shots. First he wears you out, and then the speed is just so quick how he gets in, pushes you against the fence. And this is a great guillotine. I mean, this is in. But this is what he's got. This is his Hail Mary right here, Dustin Poirier. It's in, and he did not give up on it. But the way that Khabib kept moving his hips side to side to get space and eventually work his neck out, that took all the air out of Dustin to go for that last guillotine and all the muscle out of his arms, and then that allowed Khabib to be able to go for that choke at the end. He softens him up a little and then sinks it in, and you see him get that hand behind the head, and he knows that that's it. Beautiful finish, perfect display of mixed martial arts grappling from Khabib Nurmagomedov again.
Well, since UFC 178 in 2014, when Poirier fought Conor McGregor, he had lost just 1 of 11 fights while taking on a murderer's row of UFC talent, and it takes Khabib Nurmagomedov. Pretty good right hand by Pesta, now another.
Right back to that cradle. Now, he's done 2 different cradles today. He did a near side cradle, and there was a far side cradle just to really maintain control. As he's now advanced in position,
Pesta has opened up a small cut on the forehead of Alexei Oleinik, and you do wonder at some point if Father Time would ever creep in for Oleinik. Still going strong, though, at 39 years old. A pro since 1997, now entering his 20th year as a professional mixed martial artist.
I mean, this is great grappling, just using those punches to move himself into the mount position, but he got it.
Whoa!
He tried that twice.
Hey, so hold on a minute. Hold up.
Another one.
Hey, do me a favor. Just sit right here.
And there, wow, I mean, Victor Pesta is still recovering. Alexei Oleinik does it again.
Another Ezekiel choke.
Absolutely incredible what this man is able to do with his submission offense. Victor Pesta just stunned to go out like that. Our move of the fight sponsored by Metro PCS. Switch to Metro PCS and get a fast nationwide 4G LTE network for only $30 period.
You see Oleinik get mounted, and for a guy that is such a great grappler, it's hard to understand how he can be mounted so easy, but it was all part of the master plan. He already has the choke in on the bottom. Victor Pesta starts to punch and realizes, wait, he's actually got me. I thought I was winning this fight. He got me. Another Ezekiel choke by Oleinik. Unbelievable. I mean, you don't see this very often in MMA at all. So for him,
he keeps the arm in and goes to the guillotine. And that looks in.
It's tight,
That's
too.
tight. He needs to pass. He's tapping out.
Hermansson with another first-round finish.
My goodness.
The celebration is on in Norway. Jack Hermansson, 9th career first-round win, 3 in a row, 5 of 6. He's getting a number next to his name next week, boys.
Honestly, Branch looked like he just froze in that guillotine. You got to pass the knee, turn to your back, and get out of there. As a black belt, I know David Branch knows what to do here. When you're in this head and arm, this trip was beautiful, though. I mean, he did it twice. It was perfect. But from here to transition to this arm-in guillotine, he traps the arm, he gets behind the armpit with his left knee. Once he gets that, it's locked. Now from here, he just got to sit back. David Branch knows what he needs to do when he sits back here. David Branch needs to push that knee that's in his gut by and roll to his back right here. He needs to move that right hip to the mat, roll to his back, and roll through. Right here, he's stuck. Hermansson is tight, and unless you roll to your back, you have no chance. That's your last option.
Well, I mean, once he had David
Looking
Branch
to finish it quick by
He's got
submission.
it. He's got it.
Can he get it right here?
Oh, man. He slipped right out of it. Very nicely done by Wisely. He turned over exactly the right way, but his foot is still trapped in there. He can turn it into a knee bar, but not now. The knee is a little bit further down on the crotch. He's out of it, but he's got to be careful here because Oliveira is going to take his back.
Man, nice
He tapped.
transitioning, and
He
it
tapped.
is all over.
Oh, wow. He had his leg locked in a terrible position there, and he's forced to tap just from taking his back. Look, that's a very rare situation, but let's take a look at it again because it's a beautiful technique. Oliveira took advantage of the fact that he lost the leg lock but still had the leg tied up. So as he took the back, let's look at this, Mike. See, he's going for the knee bar. Wisely did a really good job of countering, left his leg bent there, but look what Oliveira does. He puts tremendous pressure on the calf and the knee, pulled him into him, and used the leverage of that lock, used the leverage of holding the foot in place there. Look, he's got the legs triangled. Look at the pressure on the knee of Wisely, and you see the strain in his face. And as he pulled him back even more.
Upward back now as well.
Or is she going to try and take a knee bar? No, that's not there.
There's a calf slicer, though, on herself, I think. They're tangled up in all kinds of knots. She's looking for the knee bar.
Yeah,
she's looking for the knee bar.
Lipski's got the knee bar here.
Yeah, she's got that out. That is it. Submission by knee bar for the Queen of Violence. She has left Carolina writhing in agony.
She felt that one.
She certainly did. I didn't think it was on. It was there for her at first, but she got it.
From that angle, that's the problem. You even though you have that calf slicer, you're leaving that knee that she has full range to pull apart and grab it.
Yeah, well, the thing was,
beautiful job.
Sorry, Paul. I was going to say the thing was the knee only bends one way, and because she was so high up, she had a real ability to get a tremendous amount of pressure. Look, she's just trying to get it in the right position. See, now it's straight. Now she's going to lean back and see how high she is, and she's got all that body weight onto it there. Typically, you do it on the ground and you use your hips for the force to manipulate the leg, but there she had gravity and all her body weight. And
Jacare immediately gets to his feet, elevates, but Muniz has his back. He's trying to drag him to the ground again. Oh, he hops on his back. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at this. He's hanging on.
He's too high, Joe. He's too high. He's got to try to attack the arm of Jacare.
Yep.
He's going to try to attack the arm here. Oh, Jacare's arm is in there.
Oh, my goodness.
He's tapped.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
he broke his arm.
Oh, my God, he broke his arm.
Oh, my God, he broke his arm.
Told you.
That is so crazy.
That arm was stuck in there.
That is so crazy.
Andre Muniz has submitted Jacare Souza. Seems to be some sort of bone protrusion.
Wow. Oh my God.
Not sure
that
if the arm is broken or not. He doesn't seem to be writhing in pain, but Andre Muniz, 7 in a row.
That's a clear broken arm. Insane.
Wow.
Wow. Well, we're gonna take another look at that, but that is wild.
Yeah, he jumped when he was high. You could see that Jacare's arm was still stuck in there, right? Look at this.
Yep.
Muniz jumps the back. Jacare tries to circle and rotate, swim. Try to swim over to shift Muniz over the top. But the whole time he left his arm behind. Look at that.
Yep.
His right arm's behind. He
Now,
needed to keep that arm short. Muniz attacks it right away. That was beautiful. Now it's just stuck inside.
Oh, it's stuck. Look how it's stuck
inside. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, look how. Oh my goodness.
That was beautiful by Muniz. But you watch, when Jacare tried to swim, he needed to keep that right arm short. Muniz kept it in place, attacked the arm bar.
Oh, you can see it break.
Yes. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah. It's the upper arm. It looks like the upper arm is what breaks. Oh, you can hear it. Oh boy, here we go. DC took his headphones off. God, you hear it.
St-Pierre! Can he get the submission?
Oh,
he might have it.
Trouble. Oh, look at this! Unbelievable!
Trying to finish it.
He's got it.
It's all over. It is all over.
Unbelievable!
St-Pierre has submitted Big Dog.
Unbelievable! St-Pierre just tapped Minotauro Nogueira.
I think
that is incredible.
I think it popped, Joe.
I think he broke it.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. That is incredible. And he came back from adversity. Even more important, he was badly hurt, looked like he was out.
Fight.
Incredible. Just absolutely incredible.
Boom.
And you see, Frank, and that jab caught him. His legs go rubber. He is in all sorts of trouble here. He goes down to the ground, and we thought he was out. Now look at this. Minotauro peeks out, and it looks like he's going to get Frank's back. And Frank grabs his arm as he's doing this. And then Frank goes over into side control. Steps over. Look at this. And it looks like Minotauro's going to get out of it. Minotauro reverses his position, but Frank rolls and rolls him over again.
And now
Frank gets the right leg over the face, and that was critical. And it's broken right there. Absolutely broken. Unbelievable. Unbelievable submission victory for Frank Mir. Let's look at it again. Rolls him over again. Watch this.
It pop.
Watch it snap. That's not a pop, my friend. That's a broken arm. Look at that. Bang. Good night.
Oh, he's
reaching under for the leg. He's going to get a leg backwards.
Yep, he's got to sit him backwards.
He tapped. He tapped. That's it.
Aljamain Sterling.
He got him with the leg lock. Wow. And Cody's leg is destroyed. Look at him here. His knee is blown out.
His knee went.
Stamann trying to extend the leg, but Aljamain Sterling, the funk master, at his best tonight as he gets the better of the grudge match with Cody Stamann tonight. And Kevin McDonald right on top of it.
That's a rare leg lock you see from that position, where he reached back, knew he was holding on to the back mount position, reached back, got a hold of that left leg, and just destroyed that knee. And Cody's still on a stool here.
All right, let's get to the move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS. Get knockout coverage of the UFC on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S.
Once Aljamain Sterling got that back mount, we saw some vicious ground and pound from him. On the sides, going under the arms. Now look at this. He realizes he's on the back, reaches back to get a hold of that leg, and cranks it sideways. I mean, just destroys that knee. It's not going against the hamstring, it's going against the side of the knee joint. Watch how he reaches back, grabs a hold of it, and see how he's kind of sideways? He's putting all that pressure, pulling that knee sideways. Devastating.
Oh, one tap there from Cody Stamann. Nice job by the referee, Kevin McDonald.
He's going Ezekiel again. Looks like he's going to try for it. He's going to try and fit that left hand right on the throat. Only in half guard, but he'll go for it anyway. He's trying it.
Oh my God! Oleinik with another Ezekiel choke finish. You gotta be kidding me with this
From
guy.
the bottom, I told you, he will do it from anywhere. Bottom, half guard, while he's mounted, it does not matter. He will constantly go for that choke.
Oleinik is incredible. He said he needed some time off after the Blades fight, which was last November, and yet again defies the odds, cashes as a +130 underdog tonight, and gets his 11th career win by Ezekiel choke. Our move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC, putting knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99% of people in the U.S.
Cut early, bleeding early, a little bit of desperation, I think. But look at this, goes over the top, looks for the Ezekiel from the bottom, which is incredible. No gi to pull this off. This is basically a gi move that you use the lapel to choke a guy out, and he does it with his arms. Look at this, he sneaks the hand in. And right there, the squeeze with the arms. Look at the right hand of Albini. Hesitates for a second, and right there's the tap. And it's all about pressure with the shoulders and the arms, and that is all she wrote.
Here in the second round.
And he did that when he used his wrestling. Oh!
Again they battle, and another big knee. 45 seconds on the clock in the second.
He's got a choke.
Trying to choke him out and finish the fight here.
Lyoto's in trouble.
Trying to finish this fight. It is all over. It is all over.
Wow.
Jon Jones remains the UFC light heavyweight champion.
Okay, baby. You're all right. You know where you're at, baby?
And this is a huge victory for Jon, because this is the first time that Jon had been in any kind of trouble in a fight. He got tagged. We saw him a bit tentative. He adjusted, used his full set of skills. And look at that. He caught him with that left hand, put him down. Knee to the body, and here's the standing guillotine. Now look how he switches it and pushes it up. Cody McKenzie style here. Look at that standing guillotine. Look at the twist on his neck. And Jon's holding him up here. And Lyoto's right arm goes limp, and his left arm is stuck up there. And Big John McCarthy thankfully recognizes it. He sees that right arm go limp. Wow, what a fight. And what a huge, huge victory for Jon Jones.
Because he survived.
Forrest is sneaking that leg out. He's gonna try to mount.
You hear Couture yelling towards Griffin to posture up. He's trying to get that right leg free and get a full mount here. But he's happy to go from half guard, as you talked about. Final 30 seconds of the fight.
Forrest got his back with both hooks and he's flattening him out.
20 seconds remain.
He's in deep trouble. Forrest got the rear naked choke.
15 seconds. And it is all over. Forrest Griffin has defeated Shogun.
Wow. What a performance by Forrest Griffin.
Forrest Griffin has pulled off the upset.
And Mike, this is what we were talking about all along. Forrest Griffin just needed to believe that he belongs in there with the top fighters in the world. The Tito Ortiz fight was the beginning of that, and tonight, what an upset. What a fantastic victory for Forrest Griffin.
The man who helped redefine the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Let's take a look at it again.
Has beaten Shogun.
Not just beat him, but finished him on the ground, submitted him. He's got that rear naked choke in, and you see
There's
Shogun
the tap on the leg.
There it is. You see the right hand on the left leg. Up for Griffin.
What a left eye was already swelling a little from the first round. Oh, nice takedown by Hazelett. He rolls into an armbar.
20 seconds remains in the round.
Very nice. Oh, man. That is all over. Wow.
That is all over. Exactly as you talked about.
Wow.
Hazelett, patient. He submits Josh Burkman.
That was outstanding. Let's take a look at that again. That was some serious technical jiu-jitsu here. Look how he takes his back, rolls right into it like that, Mike. I mean, that is really top-level jiu-jitsu here. Very nice. Let's see that one more time. Watch how he does this. From the whizzer, throws his left leg over the back, right over the neck, right into the arm bar, pulls it tight, rotates his own body, and cranks the arm. Very nice move by Dustin Hazelett. This guy is one of the top jiu-jitsu fighters.
Extended layoff in advance of this one, but still keeping a more active schedule than normal.
Oh, that's
Ryan Hall submits BJ Penn in a blink.
Oh my goodness.
That's his signature move, and he's done that in every fight he's had. And he rolls to it, and if you try to pull away from it, it gets tighter. You've got to go into it.
Yeah, he tore that knee up.
Wow.
That knee's hurting right now, guaranteed. That was a nasty heel hook. The way he secured it was so tight and so quick, and most likely he tore it.
That's the reason people don't want to fight him now.
Yeah.
Right. Palhares was one of those guys that was similar to that.
Except Ryan Hall lets go immediately.
True.
When you tap, he lets go.
Good point.
He's so good. I mean, his leg locks are the best aspect of his game. It's what we were saying earlier, that BJ was playing a dangerous game, and you really saw it there. When Ryan grabs a hold of that leg, man, he does it with perfect technique.
Unbelievable. Shout out to Paul Sass while we're at it, too. Let's get you the Move of the Fight, sponsored by Metro by T-Mobile. Get unlimited high-speed data all month long on the same network as T-Mobile.
And here we see there's the kick. He dives, and look how he, immediately locks into this, and BJ has to tap. I mean, it was just perfect. Perfect, and it's incredible leverage on one of the weakest parts of that joint. Look how he does this. Like, he rolls in, he's got his legs in perfect position. He turns the heel. It is just nasty. All kinds of torque on that knee. Let's see it one more time. He throws that kick, dives in, spins, goes into this roll here, and then immediately locks a hold of that heel hook, and it's hard to watch, man. It's nasty.
And that's spoken from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
And again with the combination. And Connor.
Look out! Look out
for the takedown.
The guillotine!
Diaz trying to finish with a submission.
He's got it!
Could he do it?
He's
Connor trying to get out of it.
Connor's in serious trouble.
1 minute on the clock. Diaz gets the mouth. My goodness! Now he's got the back.
Out. That's it. He's got the choke.
Nate Diaz.
He's out.
He has done it. It is all over. Nate Diaz beats Conor McGregor.
Oh my goodness! What a night, ladies and gentlemen. What a night.
Submission win for Nathan Diaz.
Wow. Wow. What did we say before this fight? We had never seen Conor overcome adversity, and Nate Diaz has a legitimate, high-level, world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground game.
And it was Conor, Joe, who initiated the takedown there.
Well, he did it out of desperation.
He had to, absolutely.
He was getting rocked, he was getting hurt, and Nate Diaz just dominated him on the ground. Wow.
Man, in the last hour, partner, the MMA world became much more interesting, didn't it?
We could barely even get it out.
My
We talk for a living.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. What a crazy night.
Fight replay.
What a crazy night.
Brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
I hope Conor McGregor stays offline for a couple days. Here we go. Left to the body. This is early in the fight. There's a left hand. There's a nice uppercut. But boom, there's one on the chin that stunned Conor McGregor. And that's what started it all off. We saw him wobble, and we saw Nate smile. And here's Nate on the ground, just slices through him like butter, gets the mount, pounds on him. Conor's in deep, deep trouble. Conor gives up his back. Nate sinks in the choke, pounds on him again, and just locks it in deep. And Nate Diaz walks away with the biggest victory of his life. Covered in blood, double bicep. He couldn't be happier. Look at Jake Shields and Crone Gracie. They couldn't be happier either. He's gonna take Trick down, there he goes. This is a crazy scramble. We don't usually see this with Matt Hughes. I mean, this is a very even battle here.
And that's what many anticipated as we begin our 5-minute rounds.
Again, he let it go. Trigger's going, oh, Matt Hughes got his back. He's got one hook in. If he can secure an over-under grip and get that second hook in, Trick can be in big trouble here. Oh,
look,
he's got his back. He's got both hooks in and he's got his back. This is a bad position.
And Trick is struggling.
Falls to his back here.
Can Matt Hughes finish him?
This is bad.
Look, it's all over. It's all over. Matt Hughes has choked out Trick. Matt Hughes defends the welterweight championship
from standing. That's the first time I've ever seen a guy tap out standing, getting rear naked choke. Matt Hughes shows the full gauntlet of techniques. He can strike, he can wrestle, and he's got submissions.
Undeniably the most powerful 170-pound fighter in the history of the UFC. Matt Hughes defends for a big time.
That's undeniable, but he got that from technique. Let's take a look at that choke. Look at that. I mean, you just don't see that. You don't see a guy standing up, getting rear naked choke, and then tapping. I mean, Trick tries as hard as he can to get his hands in there to stop it, but it was too late. Let's take another look at the choke. It's deep.
Oh, it is as deep as deep can be.
And if he goes down, it's even worse.
And he tapped just prior to the landing.
Unconscious.
That's too good not to see it.
Yeah,
once
let's
or
take a look at
twice.
that again.
Again.
That's the worst position you could ever be in. A guy on your back choking you. You can't touch him, you can't reach back to stop it. The only thing you can try to do is get your hand on his.
Oh, he's choking, he's choking, he's choking. Oh, he's choking.
He's on it, he's on it.
I think he tapped with the other hand. He did.
Wow.
17 up,
put him to
17 down. Shot caught Rachmanov. Too good.
Dang, bro, this dude's good.
Too good.
Man, he's good.
My goodness.
And he's tough. Because he got hurt bad.
He got hurt bad.
He's good.
He put pressure on him. Return fire. He showed everything. He showed everything that everybody's been wondering. How would he deal with a top contender? How would he deal with a durable guy? How would he deal with a guy with great takedown defense? How would he deal with a guy when he got rocked? Well, we found out. Look at this. High head kick. Stunned him.
When he threw two back-to-back.
Yes. Neal comes back here. Boom! Look at this left hand. Had Rachmanov in all sorts of trouble here. And then look at this right hand. Beautiful piston-like right hand by Rachmanov. Look at this, another one. Now look at this knee to the body, nasty knee to the body. See Jeff cover up. And here's the finish.
Starts choking him and he threads that left leg inside. Look at that. Watch how he puts the left leg inside. Oh my goodness, he's just arching
and
into
just
the
leans
choke.
on him.
Yeah.
And tapped and just slumped to sleep. Wow.
Man.
Just wow. This guy's as legit as it gets.
Just knows how to find the finish, right? Like, that wasn't something technical. That was just, I want to finish this fight. And he did it.
Chin. He's got him on the face. He's going to switch it to palm and just crush his neck.
Trying to finish it here.
See how he's turning his neck here? He's turning into a neck lock. Oh, you see the blood pouring out of his nose there?
It is all over.
How
Damian Maia by submission.
What a sensational Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist that man is.
His first submission victory since February of 2009.
Well, at 170 pounds, this guy just sent a huge message to that division. When you run through a guy like Rick Story like that, that lets people know that they are in a world of danger when you go to the ground with this man.
First time fighting at home in Brazil since 2006. And Demian Maia wins by submission. Our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
And as soon as Demian Maia got him to the ground, Mike, as I was explaining, he was immediately advancing position. As Rick Story was going to get up, Demian wasn't just trying to hold him down, he was advancing, constantly advancing, always one step ahead of Rick Story. And then once he got that hand across the face, Rick Story tried to just defend by tucking his chin. So Demian Maia adjusted it and turned it into a neck crank. And you see there the tap. Just a brilliant display of
Brazil. Does not want to let Michelle up. She's going to look to take the back here and finish via rear naked choke.
Muniz appears to be under the chin, not completely.
It's a hand fight now. She adjusted it. Now she has it.
Watterson trying so hard to stay in this fight. Fighting hands. There's the tap. Done. Rose Muniz with arguably the biggest win of her life as she stops the karate hottie, Michelle Watterson. Man, these fighters are bringing it tonight. That is a monumental victory for Rose Namajunas as she becomes an immediate title contender. Of course, Joanna Jędrzejczyk will fight Jessica Andrade next month. The winner, in all likelihood, will fight that woman right there, and that is one bad woman, Rose Namajunas. What a moment there with her fiance, Pat Barry. You talk about a complete performance for Rose Namajunas tonight. She's been on a lot of big stages. You can argue none bigger than this one. Rose Namajunas, Trevor Whitman right there, outstanding striking coach. And as you've told me, it takes a while to get Whitman's style.
It's a complex style. She's adapted to it so well and really been able to utilize the footwork to her advantage. But her work in the clinch and on the ground was phenomenal. She's always been an excellent grappler. She continues to get better, but how she's been able to integrate not just strikes with her grappling, significant heavy ground and pound is impressive.
Our move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS. Switch to Metro PCS and get a fast nationwide 4G LTE network for only $30 period.
I mean, talk about timing. As she's pushing her away, she sees the opening, and beautiful. Michelle got caught. That's one of the problems with taking a big sideways stance like that. She gets out of position. Here, she can't get the leg back in her stance back. Rose sees it, throws the high kick, lands it flush, and she really jumped on her right away to capitalize. And then here in transition, I mean, she's not in the perfect spot here, right? But she gets it, she works it. Watch the adjustment of the hands. Michelle pulls the hands down. One hook, two hook. She's falling over the right shoulder a little bit, but she knows she's under the chin. And this adjustment of the hands, it's ripped down once, and immediately, as soon as that hand's ripped down, brings the left hand back, and that is super tight now. Rose gets the left hand behind the head, and that is it. This woman is skilled everywhere. And she doesn't even have 10.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that would hurt.
Matt Schnell is a warrior.
Oh, my goodness. He's got to just keep punching. Schnell's got to keep on.
And Mudachi rallies. Back and forth we go. Triangle. That's tight. He's got to get the arm across.
Side Paul. He's on the wrong side.
Yeah, but he can squeeze from there.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got to pull the arm across, DC.
Sumudarji is cut up.
One of the best rounds of the year. Less than a minute to go in the round.
Oh my God, Sumudarji is just ripped apart from those elbows.
Well, he ate about 185 elbows to the face.
Snell's got to try to switch this.
He's got the arm as well if he wants.
Now, he's got the arm. Oh, he's going to start pulling. He's a out. He's a submitter.
That is it! Matt Schnell with the rally of all rallies to stop Sumudarji.
Wow.
That might be one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen, Matt.
That was sick.
Oh, man. Matt Danger Schnell like he was on the verge of being on the wrong end of a knockout. Submits Sumudarji. Wow.
And it was the wild man that ended up bringing him back.
Right. They attend to Sumudarji. Next level mental and physical toughness for Machinel tonight. Now a look at tonight's freaky fast finish, brought to you by Jimmy John's.
Here, let's take a look here. This is what DC is talking about. He kept just freezing him with some of these shots. The legs were going out, but he refused to stay down and stay out of this fight. After everything he's been through, he refused to stop fighting. Look at the legs. 4 or 5 times, I think they were just buckled, but he kept going, lands this massive right hand, and times a beautiful takedown off of that. And then it was the ground and pound with the elbows from Machinel, just starts hammering away at Sumudarji. And credit to Sumudarji, who still stayed in this fight through this onslaught. Reverse position, but again, Machinel's jiu-jitsu shines through. He gets that triangle and puts him to sleep. That's one of the craziest fights I've ever seen in my life.
And there's the reaction. Alex Chang, Safe Saud, Eve Edwards in the corner of one. Matt Danger Schnell, who was a plus 225.
Wins in UFC history
this is
with
trouble.
10. It would be very sweet if he was to get one in this contest against Askren.
Ben has got to try to
Beautiful, look at that! Look at that punch through by Damian Maia. You can see the grimace on Ben Askren's face. He's struggling for air. There's the tap! Oh! Damian Maia with the rear naked choke!
Here in Singapore!
Wow! What a performance by Damian Maia! Taken down, reverse position, rear naked choke. Beautiful work.
Wow. Wow, the crowd going crazy here for Damian Maia.
Damian Maia showed his supremacy on the mat, advanced position, and got into a space where he could put on that rear naked choke, the 9th rear naked choke of his professional career, and I believe that he put Ben Askren out.
It seemed like he went out for a second, and as soon as Maia let the choke go, he woke back up. Let's take a look here. It started with Ben actually getting the takedown. Beautiful wrestling. Ben showed his wrestling prowess here, got the fight to the ground, but the jiu-jitsu work of Damian Maia showed through. Uses that heel hook just to threaten it, to get on top, gets the back, takes the body triangle, and this is just classic Damian Maia work here. Once he gets on the back, flattens you out, and has the foot even hooked around that knee. And let's take a look here.
He punched that through so fast that you can see Ben Askren, the grimace on his face here.
And he taps, but I don't think the ref even realized it. It was one tap.
There it is, and he's out. And then his oxygen comes back as he turns over.
Yeah, just for a second. I think he's just exhausted too, Dan.
Yeah, well that's it.
Zabit exercising some patience here, softening Davis up.
He's gonna shake him off.
This happens again.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's got rid of a banana split.
Oh man, same arm bar, or same knee bar rather.
But this guy's,
look at that.
Davis
taps. 2 in 1 UFC. That is insane. That is insane. We've had one ever in the history of the UFC, 2 in a night.
Just when you thought you have seen it all, twice tonight, Mark Henry lofts Zabit Magomedsharipov in the air. 4-0 in the UFC, 3 of those wins by way of submission for the oncoming featherweight force, Zabit Magomedsharipov.
Incredible. What are the odds?
Minus 1,400.
That is crazy.
All right, let's take
the
a
odds
look.
are way greater that that happens.
Right.
2 in a UFC, if you had to put a bet on that.
This replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
There's that beautiful trip that he loves. And then once he got him on the ground and got his back, look how he ducks under, grabs a hold of the leg, drops him, and extends that knee bar. That is the less painful version of it. Cody Stamann got the sideways one from Aljo. The sideways one sucks. But this one's not fun either. And the way he got it, he hung in there for a little bit. You see him just trying not to tap. But this is a hamstring ripper, and he just couldn't take it anymore.
He wasn't going anywhere.
Man, so impressive.
Yeah, he was in for the night.
Well, Kenny Robertson did it at UFC 156.
And Dave Branch is doing a good job of utilizing those underhooks, the underhook and the over. And he just wants to make sure. You see that? Look how he drops down. It's so tricky.
They're looking for it again. Can he get it this time?
Oh, man.
It's all over! Husamar Paul Harris by submission. Just like that.
Pô, para de fazer essas coisas, vai ser desclassificado, hein, bicho? Dá tapa nos outros depois da luta? Não, não faz isso não. Não faz isso não. Dá um tapa nas costas do cara depois da luta, ficou fazendo assim, dá um tapa nas costas dos caras, bicho. Vai ser desclassificado, hein? Essas coisas não pode fazer, bicho.
I don't know what Mario Yamasaki is telling him, but
Me neither.
I believe it has to do something with grabbing the gloves like that. But man, this is what we were talking about, how dangerous this guy is, even if you're on top of him. Check how he does this. He goes, he pulls guard because he can't take him down, whips that leg over immediately to a heel hook, turns from a heel hook to a knee bar. I mean, it's just nasty. And Dave Branch had to tell, look how far that is pulled back. Oh, look at the hyperextension there. Watch how he whips it over, though. He's just so technical. Look at the beauty in this technique here. But now watch how he turns it. Now look at this angle. Right there. Oh, that's not nice. That's got to hurt. Right there. Oh, man, that's badly hyperextended. Dave Branch's knee.
Great diversity by Tony Ferguson. Just never know what he's throwing next, what stance he's going to be in.
Shot from Barboza. Good job by Ferguson to defend.
Excellent scramble, and now he's going for the darts. He's got a wicked darts choke with those long arms. Barboza very solid on the ground as well, but he was breathing heavy. Good defense so far. Ferguson's got it.
He's got it. Ferguson has done it again. The winning streak is at 7. What a fight by two of the best lightweights on the planet. We all got to witness it tonight. As anticipated as our main event, it lived up to the hype and then some. The high performance highlight is sponsored by NOS. Drink NOS with Complex 6 for enhanced mental focus and high performance energy.
Well, you can basically show the entire fight as the highlight, but here's the takedown attempt from Barboza. Beautiful scram by Tony Ferguson. Looks for the front headlock. Barboza shakes him up, immediately switches to the darts. A choke he is known for, and as Barboza defends, pushes away the hips, separates away and gets some space, Ferguson still able to generate enough torque to finish this. Gorgeous technique from Tony Ferguson. God, this guy is dangerous. Look at this, look at how tight that is. Forces Barboza to tap. What an outstanding fight.
We will wrap it up with the official decision and talk to Tony Ferguson after this.
Throws people around when he gets elbowed. And trust me when I tell you, the crushing power of a submission is also that type of muscle and power.
Hold him down,
Yep.
leg lock, this is it.
Trying to finish it.
Fight's over, fight's over.
And it is all over.
That's it.
Just like that.
That's what this guy can do, man. That's what we're talking about. When he grabs a hold of a leg, that's it. That's power, technique, ferocity, everything, all wrapped up together.
And Macenzio felt the power, that crushing power of the submission.
Oh, his knee's jacked. He's a monster, man. That guy's a monster. Look at him.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
This is what we said earlier. If he shoots for a takedown, he will drop down and pull guard and wrap up a leg. Look how he does this. He sneaks his leg around it, and as soon as he gets that left leg around the thigh, he's got a good, solid grip with his elbow, deep on that hook. Let's see it again from another angle. Watch how he pulls guard and drops down for this heel hook. He uses the butterfly guard to elevate, and watch him roll. And as he rolls, he wraps up that thigh. See how he uses his left leg to wrap it up tight, clinches his legs together, gets that heel hook deep into his...
Marcus Aurelio, and here we go. Quickly, Aurelio looking to throw some strikes.
Aurelio really taking advantage of that huge reach advantage. Big right
he goes. This could be over quickly.
Nice roll out by Roberts, but he's in.
It's all over. Wow.
You want to talk fast. Wow. Unbelievable.
How good was that?
Marcus Aurelio. His most impressive performance to date. Landed some solid strikes. Let's look at that again. The whole fight. Let's look at the whole fight again. Those jabs, the right hand dropped him. Right hand after right hand. Bang, bang, bang. Now look at this beautiful transition to the submission. Instantly locks in that arm bar. Let's see that arm bar again, man. That was